I got a suspicious dinner invite. It feels like a marriage setup.
Are there rings involved? Because if so, you might be onto something.
My parents are very traditional, and I am more of the white sheep of the family. What does that mean? I don't really look like a lot of my family, and I've always gone against the grain. What's
So
a white sheep versus a black sheep?
They had to have meant black sheep.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're not.
Or maybe they're just like lighter than the rest of their family.
Maybe they don't see color.
Maybe they're colorblind.
Yeah, maybe all the other sheep are black.
Yeah. By the way, this comes from Throwaway DHIAXMM on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, starting when I was a teen, I knew what path I wanted to take for my future. It was not what my parents wanted, so they fought back, but we ended up with an agreement that I thought wouldn't matter, and that was if I wasn't married in 10 years after I started college, they would arrange a marriage. I figured they were joking, and there was a thought that there is no way I'll be single in 10 years. I have had some flings, but nothing serious. Up to this point, I've been driven to get to where I am now. In my dream career, I'm stable, self-sufficient with no debt, and becoming successful.
Wow.
There has been no talk about it throughout the years, and I thought it was forgotten. Until my older sister said she was coming back this week for an event.
Some kind of event?
She lives several states over. I don't get to see her as much anymore. We're close and talk a bunch, but all has been normal with nothing being said or hinted to at this point. I went to pick her up from the airport and noticed she had 3 fancy dresses. One was a very traditional dress used for engagements, weddings, or other similar events. The other 2 were really formal dresses. When I questioned, they said, "Don't worry about it." Then later said it was for an agreement. She used the word agreement. I dropped her off at our parents' house, and they wouldn't let me in the house. But there were a bunch of cars, and I saw decorations in the house. They kicked me out and said they would talk to me later. This was 2 days ago. Now they invited me to dinner for Thursday and told me to dress like I was receiving a reward for all my hard work. Rough translation. It's driving me crazy that I'm basically being blocked out and am nervous about what Thursday holds. The only agreement I can think about is the arranged marriage. I asked my sister again if that was what it was about, and she said not to worry much about it, but then added that our parents do notice things and wouldn't leave me with a stranger. Dude, you're getting married. I don't know if my sister is slipping information or is just pushing my buttons and making me go crazy. Am I just crazy? Those who have been in arranged marriages, what was it like? How did it come up? I feel like this is not normal if this is what it is. Should I not go? Skip town. I have driven by their house and there are still a bunch of cars in activity, but every time I get close, my mom calls me out and says to come back Thursday. My sister is sent to basically act as a bodyguard. Answering some comments. Nope, not fake. Believe it or not, it is my life. I am a man. This is heavily culturally based as well. Already failed.
Oh, I failed.
This is heavily
Sorry,
culturally
I
based
assumed
as well.
that. Never mind.
If I don't show up and it is an engagement, then there would be major backlash for me and my parents and family. I would hold it past some of the elders to blame health issues on me because of it. I could be shunned and outcast because of it, depending on how much effort and time were put into it. I can't lie and tell them about a girlfriend because my sister knows I'm not seeing anyone. We talked about it earlier. Work is closed for the U.S. holiday. I don't know how to. And there is an update. What do you do?
Just like don't get married if you don't want to.
Yeah, I feel like you show up and you're like, oh.
You should like show up
Sorry.
and like, I don't know. It's like you have 2 options really. It's like
you get
one,
married.
You like try to see if like somehow, some way, one of these like women that are being courted for you, you're like, I actually kind of like that I like you. Or you can be like, I'm going to be funny and make sure none of these women want me at all. And just like show up in like, you know, like just a greasy outfit with like, you know, I don't know, like a tuxedo t-shirt.
Yeah.
And just don't try.
Just be disgusting.
Try to actively disgust them. Or try to find love. Those are your 2 options.
Yeah. You only got 2 options. And I think I remember the name of the thing I was.
The movie?
Yeah. The Big Sick.
Yeah, no, not familiar.
You're not familiar with the Big Sick?
Not familiar with the Big Sick.
It's
and honestly,
great.
you weren't either until you Googled it.
No, I remember. It's Camille Nanjiani.
Oh, you know what?
Comedian.
I mean, I don't.
It's basically
I
like,
never saw it, but
Yeah, it's great. It's like he is also kind of in the same situation where his parents are like, we're going to set you up. He's like, okay, you can set me up with someone, and kind of goes through this arranged marriage process.
And then it works out, I suppose.
No, I think he has.
Spoilers.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember it well, but anyway. Hello, people. I hope this is how you do updates. Quick recap. When I was a teen, I was not the ideal traditional son my parents expected of me. I knew what I wanted to do and the path I would take. Parents and I made a loose agreement that if I was single in 10 years after high school, they would arrange a marriage. 2 weeks ago, they were sketchy. My sister flew in with a traditional wedding dress among 2 other fancy dresses, made some comments about an agreement and other things that made me freak out and think I was getting a forced marriage. Wow, I didn't expect the number of comments. Thank you all for your words and opinions. The most common things I saw were run, hide, fake sickness, bring a fake girlfriend, and the comments about the culture and lifestyle I wanted moving forward. We are currently in the US. Okay, long story short, I'm not married or engaged, but I'm kind of dating someone, I guess.
Oh.
Wait, but they weren't dating someone before, so did they just get set up? Successfully?
It happened.
Did they just get set up?
They did it.
So the day after I posted, I got off work early and sat down with my bodyguard of a sister after she found me. I knew I could crack her if I put on enough pressure. We met up for lunch. I got her to talk. She said that the original plan that she knew of was that my parents were going to do the forced marriage engagement thing on me, but she got them to agree to an intent party, I think you can call it. But I still don't believe her, so I took it to my parents. Quick thing about my sister is that she is older and had an arranged marriage. They were secretly dating at the time. Okay, nice.
Okay.
Successful arranged marriage. I told my parents that they needed to come over to my place. They wanted to blow me off, but after some choice words, they came. I asked them what was happening. They tried to deflect and deny. I eventually told them I would not get married or engaged unless I wanted to. I know we had made an agreement, but terms had changed. If they wanted to force the issue, I would go to the party with someone else and act way out of character.
Let's go.
It's Dakota's. I will also be very disrespectful and bring dishonor to our family. Then I would cut them off and go no contact. Of course, they did not like that. They tried to say I wouldn't do that again and went on for a bit. I finally asked if they wanted to risk it and if they wanted to see and test me.
Laying it down.
In the end, they were still very vague and said I would not be forced to marry anyone or engage. They promised it would be my choice in the end.
Well, yeah, what are they going to do? Like hold your hand down and like make you sign like a marriage document?
Well, I feel like sometimes maybe there's the threat of like, we're cutting off family.
Like, okay.
Which it seems like OP was like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, fine. I laughed and said, right now my trust is 0. They pleaded with me to just show up, and I said I would. I was going to have the backup girlfriend on standby, like 90% of people said, but I couldn't get anyone on short notice. One person I called said they had a family obligation party they had to attend. He's like, I'm trying to not get married right now. Someone come through.
SOS, I need
Who are you
fake
calling?
girlfriend.
I think it's so funny. It's like, hey, I need a fake girlfriend for a party on Sunday. You free?
Yeah.
So the day of, I dressed nice, but not traditional or overly fancy. I parked in a way that would allow me a quick getaway if needed. I walked into their house and there were a ton of people. My extended family was there, parents, friends, and others from the community, basically like 40 to 60 people. My sister noticed me first and then guided me to our parents, and they were talking to some old family friends. As the party progressed, I started to relax when I ran into the friend that had family obligations. No way!
It's
the
a trap.
Girl that you tried to call to be your fake girlfriend was at your party?
To become your actual girlfriend.
Dude, this is a movie. Write this movie. Her parents were the ones that my parents were talking to basically the whole time.
Oh my God.
She was told to come at a later time than I was. We got to talking and we put 2 and 2 together. We noticed both parents kept looking at us and smiling. We both had an oh crap moment. These old family friends of ours were always around. They have a daughter that we grew up close with, but when life got in the way, schooling, jobs, we drifted apart and didn't hang out as much since I went to school a few states away and she did as well. The worst part of this whole thing was they made speeches about 2 families coming together. Hopefully this is the start of a happy relationship. By this time next year, we might be grandparents. Dang.
Dude, like you're putting the pressure on a little quick there, don't you think?
Maybe we shouldn't lay it on so thick. Like let them.
That's how they roll. They roll thick and quick.
That last one made me mad. I definitely felt like they were putting pressure on us. So I did say that in the end, it is our decision as individuals if we decide to see each other, date, get married, or have children. That did not go over well. We had a duty and a responsibility to listen, respect, and obey them. I told them that way of thinking is old-fashioned and outdated. Times have changed. My sister stepped up and had our back. She also said that times are changing and that our life is our life. She also said that most of the people in the room are unhappy in their marriages and are hypocritical in their ideals about marriage.
Ooh.
Dang. She comes up, she's like, are any of you in happy marriages? Ooh. All of you people who are following duty?
Yeah.
Call them out.
Stinks.
Specifically, she called out half of the people in the room. My mom is the gossip queen. That is also when she took the opportunity to announce she was getting a divorce, like most of them should.
Oh,
well, wait, but she was secret dating that guy.
This seems to be backfiring.
Instead of being unhappy and resentful in unfulfilled marriages that others push on them. Some drama and big arguments later, my sister, Kay, family finding / possible girlfriend, and I left early. We all went back to my place. Ooh, you and the new girl.
Ooh, new girl at my new place.
Ooh, and spent the rest of the night talking and ignoring our phones. Ooh. My sister apologized about hijacking our party and taking the spotlight. The only thing you should be apologizing is the fact that you're still there. Get out of there, girl.
Yeah, I think was it the sister who announced the divorce?
No, she announced the divorce at the party.
Yeah.
But I'm saying she is at OP's house with this new girl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you should apologize for.
Yeah, why are you still there? The drama and fallout has been rough, but Kay and I have been talking and hanging out. Like I said previously, we used to be good friends. We caught up a bunch, and she was telling me that she is moving back to the area for a job opportunity and would like to hang out more. As much as I hate the circumstances of our reunion, I really like her. Blast. I think I might ask her out officially. Ooh. She has to go back and finish up her moving process, but she is an amazing woman. Our views and opinions about most things align. We have good conversations and debates over silly topics. It's been like we're both teens again. As for my sister, she said her and her husband have been separated for a while now because he's not loyal and made vows he and his wiener didn't keep. Ooh. Might cheat it. She also apologized for the deception and the blow up again. This has made us closer as siblings. I dropped her off at the airport the other day. We have also been talking daily. As for me, I might move slightly farther away. I am also in low contact with most of my family and people from the party. I also had to unload people who I thought were my friends. That has been rough. By the way, it's never rough listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. My parents had keys to my place and showed up one day. I got them out and agreed to meet up at their house later as I was headed out. When I went to their house, I stole my key back. It was a bit funny when they tried to come back in and they couldn't find the key. I put on an electronic lock on it and I know they won't know how to work it, even if I show them 1,000 times. Edit, I would like to point out that this has happened over a week. I made it so that the major point got hit, but left out a bunch of information details. In regards to my sister, she was left in the dark and only was given details over time. I believe it is called trickle-truthing. After she got here, when she got the truth and convinced them to change the party. She was very angry at our parents. And then she explained that the decision to blow up was impulsive and liberating. And that is the end of the story.